You can leave Australia and still be taxed like you never left. If you're a business owner, you usually don't realize this until it's too late. You think leaving Australia is enough. It's not. This is where your position starts to break because knowing the problem doesn't change your position. I'm Vina White, CEO of WellSafe. In this series, I'm walking you through how to actually exit the Australian tax system properly, not in theory, in structure, sequencing, and execution. This is the mistake. You treat exit as physical. I've left Australia, I've moved overseas, I'm no longer a resident. That's not how it works. From a tax perspective, it's not about where you go, it's about what still connects you. This came up in a call this week with a business owner preparing to relocate. The move was already planned. You sell assets, you review structures, you prepare to leave. The intention is clear, to become a non-resident. When your position is reviewed, the problem becomes obvious. One spouse moves first, the other remains in Australia. Your company is still operating in Australia with retained profits. Your business activity is still connected back. And the same questions come up. Who controls the company? Where decisions are made? And whether your position actually holds. On the surface, it looks like a clean exit. Structurally, it isn't. Because this is the mistake. You think exit is movement. It's not. First, your structure. Where your business is controlled from, where strategic decisions are made, where income actually flows. Second, your ties. Where your base is, where your family is, what your day-to-day life actually looks like. Third, your evidence. If your position is reviewed in 2 or 3 years, can you prove it? Because that's when this gets tested, not when you leave, later. This is the part you don't see coming because everything feels fine at the start. You've moved, you've set things up, you're operating internationally. But if your position isn't aligned, exposure builds quietly in the background, especially when you still have Australian companies, ongoing income, decision-making connected to Australia, until one day you're not planning, you're defending. If you're a founder or business owner, this becomes more exposed because it's not just personal, it's structural, where central management and control sits, who is actually making decisions, where your business is really operating from. You can move overseas and still be taxed in Australia if those elements don't change. Leaving Australia is not the exit. Exit is a sequence. If that sequence is wrong, your position does not change, even if your location does. If you're planning to leave Australia or you've already started, this is where mistakes become expensive because once your structure is set, your ability to fix things becomes limited. If you want clarity before you move, not defense after you move, request an exit position review. We'll show you where your position actually sits and what needs to change before timing pressure builds. Because even if you leave Australia, what still connects you is what determines the outcome. Not where you go, not what you intended, what still connects you. And in most cases, those connections never actually break. And this is why you leave Australia and your position doesn't change. In the next episode, I'm going to break down what actually keeps you connected to Australia because this is the part most people miss. And it's the reason your position doesn't change. I will see you in episode 2.